painstakingly elaborate plans she had to make for it. No. Thank you. So what it is? I had tea. I because tea is the one.
That tea is good or coffee?
I prefer coffee.
But coffee.
Anything with milk when you have a very long day.
Coffee, yes.
Alright, so coming to this.
Sorry मैम मैंने आपके लिए नहीं बस अगली बार
This is how we come to know that how she had saved the money for the bus journey. She kept on reiterating that she paid money, right? So here you come to know what she had to sacrifice in order to save that money. B.
Her first journey, what careful, painstaking, elaborate plans she had to make for it. She had strictly saved whatever stray coins came her way, resisting every temptation to buy peppermint toys, balloons, and the like, and finally she had saved a total of 60 paise. How difficult it had been, particularly that day at the village fair, but she had resolutely stick the strong desire to strong desire to ride the merry-go-round, even though she had, after she had enough money saved, her next
1 minute stop. Bagme, you went without, when the class was started, you went out and to throw the dice in the dustbin. So why do you want the permission to come in? Scroll it. Come in, stop wasting time. So you are talking about, as I said, remember when I said she carefully planned. So in order to sacrifice a child, it is very difficult to sacrifice. But she sacrificed all the pleasures of a child. Like basically she had to thriftily is when you don't, your thrift person is who never spends money, who never takes out money. It's like, hoard. And the other opposite of thrift is spendthrift. Spendthrift is who always is spending money. Yeah, who's always spending money. So here, very, like, she wouldn't spend money on anything. So, same, even stray coins that came her way. Stray coins, sometimes if you're going for grocery shopping, sometimes now I'm saying 1 rupee, those 5 pies or 10 pies, whatever was left, and like if a mother told, keep it. So that stray coin. So every very painstakingly, she collected one paisa. Okay, and resisting every temptation. There was lots of temptation for a child. Chocolate is a temptation, ice cream is a temptation, games is a temptation, toys are temptation. But every single time she would resist, she would stop herself. So she sacrificed a lot for that, because an 8-year-old child to save that money and sacrificing a lot. Like she didn't buy peppermints, she didn't buy toys, she didn't buy balloons, she didn't buy there's so many things which tempted her, but she resisted the temptation and she saved the total of 60 paisa.
How can we resist the temptation?
That's what he's saying, how difficult it was for her. How difficult it had been, particularly that day. The height of the temptation was, there was a village fair and everybody was going to the village fair. Everybody likes to go on the merry-go-round. Everybody likes to buy some from the exhibition. There are games like shooting balloons and all that. There's so many things that children are always fascinated with the plastic toys or anything. She absolutely resisted that. But she had resolution. That means she made up her mind that I will not do it. So she stifled, she pushed down, she suppressed, she repressed whatever she wanted to do. She pushed it down. Okay, she stifled a strong desire to ride the merry-go-round, and she really wanted to ride the merry-go-round. But she decided, no, I want to ride the bus more than going on the merry-go-round. So she stifled down all her emotions. When you push down all your emotions, when you don't want to show your emotions, or you don't want to show what you really want to do it, you push it down. Even though she had the money. She had 60 paisa she had collected. She could have gone and spent it on the fare. But so her desire to travel in the bus took precedent than her desire to ride on the merry-go-round. Understood? So that is what it took precedence. So she sacrificed a lot. Alright? This paragraph tells you that she sacrificed a lot. As a child, she resisted all the temptations. Alright? After she had enough money, now one hurdle is crossed. She has the money, she knows the destination, she knows the bus, she knows when it will come, where it will go. Now the next hurdle is how to slip out of the house. Mother would not let her travel alone. So the next problem was how to slip out of the house without her mother's knowledge. That also she figured out. But she managed this without too much difficulty. Every day after lunch, her mother would nap for from 1 to 4. 1 to 4 in the afternoon, the mother would go to sleep. Also, Vali always used these hours for her excursions. Excursions is exploring things. Okay. As she stood looking from the doorway of her house, or sometimes even ventured out into the village, ventured out, she would wander around, or like she explored, as I said, like getting out of the house and she explored her surroundings. Today, these same hours could be used for her excursion outside the village. So she would be visible. She planned it well. She would go during the 1 to 4 when her mother would nap. She would go out and she would discover places. She would look around. People would see her around. So she would say, "Okay, I went to the village to this and this place." In case her mother found out, so she was ready with every contingent, like everything she was prepared for everything. In case the mother found out, and 1 to 4 was very convenient. It takes only 2 hours if you see.
She'll be back by 3.
Yes, so she will be back by 3. So she planned it very, very carefully. As I use the word meticulous. Okay. Askari.
The bus rolled on, now cutting across a bare landscape, now rushing through a tiny hamlet or passing an odd wayside shop. Sometimes the bus seemed on the point of gobbling up another vehicle that was coming towards them, or a pedestrian crossing the road. But
Here's
no,
the personification. What is personification?
gobbling up another vehicle.
The bus gobbling up. Bus is a non-living object, right? Gobbling is eating up. So like that.
But no, somehow it passed on smoothly, leaving all obstacles safely behind. Trees came running towards them, but then stopped as the bus reached them and simply stood there, helpless for a moment by the side of the road before rushing away in the other direction.
So it is also talking of the speed of the bus which was traveling. Okay. Here again, speed is personified because trees came running towards them. That is personification. When you give human qualities to a non-living thing. Okay, so when you talk about that, the bus rolled on cutting across a bare landscape. Bare landscape, as in it was an open road where there's nothing around, no greenery around. Now rushing through a tiny hamlet. Hamlet is a tiny little village, a town. Then or past a odd wayside shop. Wayside shop, sometimes you have the shop at great distance who will sell like water, chips, chocolates, yeah, and all the cigarettes and all that for the bus drivers. You could see in these kind of wayside shops. Yeah,
And chai.
and tea. Sometimes the bus seemed on the point of gobbling up another. Means the speed at which they were traveling, it seems as if it would literally dash into the vehicle, alright, and another vehicle that was coming towards it, or a pedestrian crossing the road. It was moving at a great speed, okay. Then, but low, somehow it passed all smoothly, leaving all obstacles behind. So whatever is like this obstacle course, something like the pedestrian is coming suddenly, or suddenly Mumbai it is an obstacle course only. Autos will come suddenly from one end, pedestrians are walking on the road, then you will find the cycle coming from there, then there's two-wheeler coming from whichever corner of the town. Yeah, so that's like that obstacle course. So this bus also was traveling, but low, somehow it passed. It passed by. Trees came running towards them, but then trees came running because when you're traveling at a full speed, you feel as if they are coming towards you. That illusion is there, right? When you're traveling at a full speed, you feel that the illusion, the tree is coming towards you, like that. But stopped as the bus reached them. Fire simply stood there helpless for a moment by the side of the road before rushing away in the other direction. So that means the bus must have taken a turn. Rushing away, that means they have left the street behind. Got it? When you're moving towards, you're going this way, so you feel like they are coming towards you. When you take a U-turn, or you take a turn, you leave the trees behind, right? That means the forest area behind, and you're moving to the other side. Clear with this picture? It's a lot of imagery used here, a lot of personification used here to bring that picture to life, to story to life. Come on.
Suddenly, Bunny clapped her hands with glee. A young cow, tail high in the air, was running very fast, right in the middle of the road, right in front of the bus. The bus slowed to a crawl, and the driver sounded his horn loudly again and again. But the more he honked, the more frightened the animal became, and the faster it galloped, always right in front of the bus.
You've seen, you haven't seen this cows and this buffaloes on the road in herds, especially in herds. But this little cow, she saw this cow from the back, and she was very happy. Glee is very happy when he did this. So a young cow tail high in there, so that the cow was running across the road and was running very fast right in the middle of the road. In the middle, and like the bus driver had the habit of honking so that the cow moves away from there. Sometimes the dogs also do that. Right in the middle of the road, they run across, right? And the bus driver honks. The bus slowed to a crawl. So bus driver was very careful. He slowed down. Slowed down means it was moving very slowly. That's why it slowed to a crawl. And the driver sounded his horn loudly again and again. And tried to make the cow move. The young calf move. But the more he honked, the more frightened it. It's it's a baby cow. So definitely it was getting scared. It was getting frightened by the loud noise. And it started galloping. Galloping, how a horse gallops, it starts move fast. It starts moving fast. But it was always right in the front of the bus. Okay. See, this is called galloping. The speed you can see.
But dog,
Yeah, sometimes the dog does it. Somehow this was very funny.
This, like cows are done.
Yeah, somehow this seemed very funny to Bunny. And she laughed and laughed until there were tears in her eyes. So this calf frightened and running in front of the cow, somehow made it seem very funny for her. She felt it very funny. And she was laughing, looking at the calf and its flight. She didn't understand. I say that understanding doesn't come right now. Okay? That cow is living and it is running next to the bus and right in front of the bus. So till that time she finds it very funny that the animal is frightened and it is running in front. So she doesn't understand at right now. Hey lady, haven't you laughed enough for the conductor? Better save some for tomorrow. And she's literally cried because she's laughing so much the tears are coming out of her eyes. Isn't that enough? Stop laughing. You're laugh enough. Save some for tomorrow. Stop laughing, basically. At last, the cow moved off the road, and soon the bus came to a railroad crossing. A speck of train could be seen at a distance, growing bigger and bigger as it drew near. If you see at a great distance, it looks like a tiny dot. That look like when a train is at very far, you can see it's a tiny little dot. But as you come closer, the size is bigger. See, it happens with the horizon. Yes. When you look at the horizon, the ship is coming, it looks like a tiny little dot. When it's coming towards you, then it grows in size. So that is what. So he said, a bus came to a railroad crossing. This one is down, right? In the railroad crossing, means that barricades are down. Once the train passes, then the barricades are lifted up, right?
Yes.
So like that. A speck of train could be seen at a distance, growing bigger and bigger as it drew near. Then it rushed past the crossing gate with a tremendous roar and rattle, shaking the bus. You all have experienced. When the train travels, especially if you are standing in the platform, also suddenly you can vibrate with the train.
No, it
Yeah, it is. It is scary. It's not something like people. I don't know how Mumbaikars like becomes. They are immune to that. It seems like they will stand in the way. You know how they the train is moving. Also, they'll try to climb into the train. That is this one. I somehow get so scared. I don't prefer train travels as in local train travels because no, I
And
don't.
once you get the hang of it, then it's fine.
That is the problem. Once you get a hang of it,
But
but
then
I've seen
suddenly-
enough of accidents happening, which like from a live.
So what do and also the damages
Yeah.
to
I have seen people being very cruel and like instead of like getting in, like the crowd is so tremendous that once a child as in a child who the mother's carrying it, maybe a 6-month-old child, and the mother and they're stamped over her and you try to enter the train. So I've seen those kind of scenarios which I don't like. I prefer if it's very crowded, I'll move back. I'll wait for the next train. And if it is this one, relatively like in the sense, okay, the crowd is okay, then I'll get in. Otherwise, I'll wait for the next train because I instead of damage like injuring myself and others, I better prefer to this. But I know how to get into a crowded train if I'm desperate enough to do it. I can survive. I am not that like I have experienced everything, so I can survive that. But as I said, I have seen a lot of things happening which I don't like. Yes, I don't. That's why I don't prefer traveling in a very crowded train. But yes, it was come to worst scenarios because if I want to reach certain place faster, I do take the loop. So coming to this,
Well, because while traveling in locals, we see in front of our eyes that they are going.
Yeah.
what?
What?
What do you mean by that?
मतलब कोई कोई
English
ऐसे
में बोल,
जाते हैं ना,
English में
वो
बोल।
लटकते रहते हैं।
इंग्लिश में
लटकते रहते हैं.
तो इसमें क्या है
What is
बोलना
लटक?
क्या चाह रहा है
What are you
अरे
trying?
जो लोग लटकते हैं कभी कभार उनका एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है
Ah,
जाते
say like that. No, so that.
मैं क्या बोला?
I couldn't understand what you're trying to say. No, Angrid. That's why I repeat what you said. Na? I asked you that. Yes, that's what I said. It happens that people who are regular travelers stand on the door and accidents do happen because people are pushing from inside. Sometimes it happens because their foot slips or their hand slips. Sometimes it is done purposely. Nande log nahi. Certain people have become very depressed and they don't know what to do with their life. They do that.
So they end others.
They end their life, not the others. There was a recent 16-year-old child who did it.
And a lot of students in India do.
That is an idiotic thing to do. The most idiotic thing in life to do.
Is common sense.
Yes.
Man, it's a sin in some related.
It is sin in all related, not some related.
I mean, that's also in Singapore, it's illegal to commit suicide, and if you commit suicide, they could put you in jail. But if you commit suicide, you're dead. So that's why after you're dead, they press charges against you, and then they put you in jail somehow. I don't know.
They put the relatives to jail or somebody to jail.
No. They put it on your name, but the person is dead.
Yes.
Some stupid. So what's the point? Oh no, it's illegal to commit suicide.
It should be illegal to commit suicide by then. No. Yes, it is.
It's not in India.
No, it is not in India, but it should be. Because the thing is what you are wasted the life which is not yours. You don't own your life. It is your parents who gave you life. Imagine what happens to your parents when you are done such an idiotic thing. You have several. Remember how this? You have not seen them suffer. I have seen people suffer. It's not that people go away, they pass away, but the people who are left behind, they are the ones who are left to suffer. I have faced a lot, Asta. It's not something like you take very lightly. People don't think. Like, the people who you have left behind are the ones who are normally the ones who are suffering.
And it said that suicide is a way of giving your suffering to someone else.
It is. It is. And it's not that everybody's life is not a hunky-dory life. Everybody life has some difficulties or the others. But some people live, no? Some people live and move on, no? It's not that. One day you are down, next day you are up. Because that is life. Life will go on. And you have to fight through life. It's not something you just give up. You, okay, today I have done, and I have done, the problems are too much, I will give up. The day you learn to give up, the day you have lost your battle of your life. And it's not that you have to live life for others, not for yourself. Because your life is not your life. It is for your family. And you have to be there for your family. Because they have not committed any crime, They have not committed any sin by giving birth to you. It's as simple as that. Children don't realize that. They think that they're doing themselves, they are freeing themselves from life. It is not like that.
In the recent heat, air had
But I have seen a student of mine committing suicide. I have seen a father committing suicide with hardly two kids. So don't tell me about that, please.
And so that's why I'm actually taking care of children, and that's why I want to get into an IIM. I want to make my father proud.
You will make your father proud. It's something like, it is, as I said, that's the best thing you can do for your father. That's the best thing. In his memory, that's the best thing you can do. Is move on with your life, and you want you to be happy. Because no parent wants their child to be sad. It is like that. And you have to be strong for your mother. You have to be strong for your family. There is no two ways about it. Understood? And that is what it is. That is what you should motivate yourself. Because my father had certain dreams for me. I need to fulfill them. And that is how you carry on his legacy. Okay? Now coming to this, because enough of philosophy, come back to this. Alright, so the bus went on past the railway station. From there it traversed is travelled through a busy road, well laid out shopping street, because in both the places it's passing through the street which is meant for shopping.
And tomorrow on 7:30 classes.
Yes, and I need to get up very early to come here. So let's not discuss about it. Let's complete this. And turning and enter the wider thoroughfare. Such big, bright-looking shops with glittering displays of clothes and other merchandise. Such big. So this child, it is a fascinating sight because various shops are there. There's a lot of things to see. There's a lot of crowd around. There's a lot of people around. And people are dressed in a various ways. So this child, for an 8-year child who's never left a village, this is a fascinating sight, right? For example, if you're entering some place new, you're traveling abroad and you enter some place new, you everywhere you look around to see what is there, what is not there. Yeah, absolutely. So that child is fascinated because he's struck dumb with wonder, but he gaped at everything. Looked with open mouth. Gaped is surprised like that. Yes, oh, this is also there. That is also that. That is called gaping. Don't go to sleep.
wow.
Then the bus stopped and everyone got off except Bali. So they have reached this town, the second village. They reached this town, but everybody got down, but Bali didn't get down. So, hey ladies and the young, aren't you ready to get off? This is as far as the 30 paisa takes you. So this is. He didn't know that she was going back. So this is exactly where he was supposed to get down, because this is where the bus ride ends. No, I'm going back on the same bus. She took another 30 paisa from her pocket and handed the coins to the conductor. So she's very judicious. She takes 30 paisa for the first ticket. She doesn't tell her, I'm going to go back to the same bus. She gives it exact change 30 paisa, and then when she's going back, she's giving me exact 30 paisa. Remember how painstakingly she had collected it. So she knows the value of those 30 paisa, that this is the ticket I'm going to get. And then he says, why is something the matter? So the conductor says, why is something the matter? You're going back in the same bus. Is there a problem? Something? No, nothing's the matter. I just felt like having a bus ride, that's all. And this is the first time that I wanted to experience a bus ride, and that's all. That is the only thing what I came for. Don't you want to have a look at the sights now that you are here? So he says, you could look at the sights. You can see so many shops are there. You can so many things that they can buy and all that. Why don't you get down and to see? So he says, all by myself, oh, I'll be much too afraid. So she's very sensible. she doesn't get down on the bus because she knows that she's a child, 8-year-old child, and doesn't want to get lost. She said, why do you think I'll go and explore all by myself? Greatly amused by the girl's way of speaking, the conductor said, why aren't you afraid to come in the bus? So he said, you are afraid to explore the place, but weren't you afraid when you came to the bus? When you're coming to the bus and you're traveling to this distance, that time you were not afraid. So he says, nothing to be afraid of about that. Why did she say that she was nothing to be afraid about that? Why did she say that?
Because we are going somewhere.
Not because she had planned.
Yes, because she knew every tiny detail about the bus ride. Remember? She knew everything, when the bus goes, when the bus comes, and how much the money costs and all that. So she knew. So that's why she said there's nothing to be afraid of that. Well then, why not go to the stall over there and have something to drink? Nothing to be afraid of about that either. So he said, okay, you don't want to go to the town. Why don't you come down? There's a stall there. You can have a drink there. You don't have to be scared about that. You can do this one. So, oh no, I couldn't do that either. So she said, no, I can't do that either. Why? Well then, let me bring you a cold drink. No, I don't have enough money. Just give me my ticket. That's all. Remember, it took her every paisa what she saved. It took her a long time, and she saved exactly 60 paisa. She didn't have extra, so she doesn't want. She can't go and buy something. She can't go and. She only wanted to enjoy the bus ride, so she saved that much money. So when he said, "Why don't you go and buy that drink?" He said, "I don't have money." And then the conductor, he was a very kind person. He said, "I will treat you. I'll not cost you anything. So I'll treat you. You don't have to pay anything." No, no, she said firmly, please no. And she doesn't want to be under anybody's obligation. She wants to be independent. She said, no, I don't want, please no. The conductor shrugged and waited, and they waited until it was time for the bus to begin the return journey. And again, there were many passengers. So, sensible when she's not getting down because she knows she has to go back in the same bus. She knows that she's not supposed to take help from somebody because I said, she doesn't want to take help rather from anybody. That way she is very, very sensible. Okay, please switch on this fan. Why are you playing yo-yo with the AC? You know what is this fan? I said, other fan you don't want, don't play. Is it continue putting on or on? What is wrong with you? Only switch on one AC if you want. Don't switch on both the ACs. Just switch on one AC, but let it be now. I know, then sit in this corner. Na? Won't your mother be looking for you? The conductor asked when he gave the girl her ticket. So now the conductor says, isn't your mother going to look for you? So he says, no one will be looking for me, she said. Because remember, why did she say this? Why did she say this?
Her mother was sleeping
And
she had planned everything.
And she didn't want the conductor to be concerned.
And during her mother's sleep, what she used to do? Excursions and ventured out of the house. No. Excursion is going roaming, basically excursion from the school is basically they take you on a trip for the school to explore new places. It can be a trek. It can be taking you to a museum. Okay, excursion means that. Sorry? That's why she made preparations that way, that during her nap, she would go on excursions, and that's what, even if she goes on excursion, when the mother would ask her, she would tell, I went here, I went there. So she was well prepared. That is what it is telling you that. So he says, no one will be looking for me. That's why she very confidently says that nobody will be looking for me. Because her timing also was very fixed. The bus she got was on time, during that 1 to 4. So she'll have enough time to come back home. That's why she doesn't get down from the bus also. Got it? Because she doesn't want to this bus only. Because this bus goes directly back. And she knows it takes 45 minutes. So 15 minutes to stop there. Another 45 minutes. By 2:45 she'll be back at home. The bus started again and there was the same wonderful sights. And again we saw the same wonderful sights. Wali wasn't bored in the slightest. And people like, when the same sight is repeated, you get very bored very easily. Seeing the same thing again. But she wasn't. She was still very fascinated. And greeted everything with the same excitement she felt for the first time. So the same excitement. Now look till here her emotions, as I said, look at her emotions. She's very excited, she's very happy. Now, but suddenly, now here her emotion takes a turn. But suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead on the roadside, just where it had been struck by a fast moving vehicle. And then it takes a turn. The reality of life and death comes in front of her. One moment that person was living, the other moment the cow was living, the other moment the person is dead. Isn't that the same cow that ran in front of the bus of her trip to town? She asked the conductor. She wanted to confirm but whether this was the same cow which was running in front of her bus. The conductor nodded and she was overcome with sadness. Now the reality of life comes in front of her. Now she understands about the reality of life. What had been a lovable, beautiful creature just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm and its life and looked so horrible, so frightening as it lay there, legs spread out. A fixed stare in its lifeless eyes, blood all over. So suddenly the reality of life shakes her. She from a happy child, she actually became a sad child. That transition.
That is very,
Sorry,
that is very unpredictable.
life is very unpredictable, and till that time she didn't understand the complexities of life. And now it suddenly, it's like the picture comes in front of her. Like that person who was living suddenly is like this. The bus moved on. The memory of the dead cow haunted her because she kept on thinking of the dead cow. After that she never looked out of her window. Dampening her enthusiasm, she no longer wanted to look out of the window. She sat thus glued to her seat until the bus reached her village at 3:40. She stood up and stretched herself.
3:40? That's very late.
Yes. And then turned to the conductor and said, "Well, sir, I hope to see you again." Sometimes it happens that, here it is 3:40, it may be 2:45 it reaches the other village. From there, it must have left at 10 minutes later. We are taking that in context. Okay. So, well, sir, I hope to see you again. Okay, madam, he answers smiling. Whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us and don't forget to bring your fare. So he's telling her, he enjoyed her company, enjoyed this child with her. She laughed and jumped out from the bus and then away she went running straight for home. When she entered the house, she found her mother awake and talking to one of Bali's aunts, the one from South Street. This aunt was a real chatterbox, never closing her mouth once started talking. So it was her luck. She ran into the house and her mother was busy talking to her aunt who was living he was living in the South Street, and she had come down and she was very talkative. Chatterboxes, and when a person is very talkative. And where have you been? Said the aunt when Bali came. She spoke very casually, not expecting a reply. So Bali just smiled at her mother, and her aunt went on with the conversation. She did answer. As she is just pretending that like she's not been on a bus ride to the next stop. She just didn't reply because she knows that they will have the conversation and she can escape. Okay? Yes, you're right, said the mother. So many things in our midst and in the world outside. How can we possibly see the irony of this? So many things in our midst, in between, and in the world outside. How can we possibly know about everything? Even when we do know about something, we often can't understand it completely. Can we? This is exactly talking about how Bali was, right? So, like her mother was unaware that she took a bus ride. So many things were there in between. But he says, and the word outside, but we do not know. It's unpredictable, right? We cannot predict it. We can't possibly know about everything. And even when we know of something, we often can't understand it completely. A very feeling, right? Oh yes, breathed Wali. What said the mother? What does you say? Wali said, yeah, exactly. You can't predict and you can't tell. So he says, oh, I was just agreeing with what you said about things happening without our knowledge. Okay? Just a chit of a girl. Chit of a girl, just a little girl. Like, how, like, said her aunt. And yet, how she pokes her nose into a conversation just as though she was a grown up. So she's such a small girl and she's interrupting our adult conversation, basically, what she thinks. While he smiled to herself, she didn't want them to understand or find what she'd be caught. So, but there wasn't much chance of that, was there? Because she had planned so well that nobody would know that she had taken a bus ride. Her mother would not know that. Take out your book and open to the theme.
Volume.
I take the volume 2. I take the volume.
Madam rides the bus, no?
Yeah, Madam Rice, 145. Read the theme of the story.
Madam Diana was the story of an 8-year-old girl Buddy. Through this translation, the author explores the wish of a poor village girl to ride a bus to town and experience the feel of it.
Also, where?
Second volume, 145.
Second volume.
During her first bus journey, Buddy was full of enthusiasm and excitement. She enjoyed the landscape, the canal, palm trees, distant mountains, and green trees stretching out as far as her eye could see. She reacted strongly when she was called a child of Madam. The self-respecting girl refused to accept a free cruising offered by the bus conductor. The message that the author conveys is that the world has those aspects that can make us sad or happy. One has to come to with that. During the bus ride, Wally was overjoyed when she saw a cow running with her race paint on the road ahead of the bus. While returning, she noticed that the body of the same cow was crushed and dead. She was moved from within. The writer seems to suggest that the world does not promise us only happiness. Man has to learn and understand the nature of death too, and it is an inseparable part of life.
Yeah, it's a circle of life we are talking about. If you are born, you're definitely going to die. It's like that. And we have to understand all the aspects of life. As I said, everything cannot be hunky dory and neither everything can be always sad. It's a cycle. One day you're happy, the next day you're sad. It's always going to be like that. You cannot escape that. That is life. And you have to accept every part of life.
And that's the reason it's
Yes. Coming to your MCQ. Yeah,
page number
149.
I will start like this.
Yes, you can start like that. Yes. What are you looking at? You're looking at all the branches. What are you doing?
Once.
Start 149.
B. She had a lot of friends to play with.
Yes.
Watching the bus pass through the village. For him. In the garage.
Because we want him to go unusual experiences.
The Kiana ho.
B.
The
Third
bar.
Implicitly,
Hmm.
We thought the writer does not relate to unusual orthodox.
Which word is similar to David? Foil.
Ah? Four. That is not the correct word.
No, chum.
Chum. Chum. Ch.
We.
and had a storm, they had to take a ride on the bus. And
1, 3, and 4. 1, 3, and 4.
1, 3, and 4.
Conservation.
Response, support, and majority.
Overwhelming response, overwhelming support, overwhelming majority.
Sorry?
Overwhelming response,
Overwhelming support and overwhelming majority. Correct.
यहाँ vote पर a part of the negative.
Vigorous.
Wali would be jealous to listen. This does indicate that Wali was an envious person. No? Give me the answer. 40 words it is. Come on, give me the answer.
Yes.
Yes, when she was a jealous person. You don't give me yes, then they don't give me no. Give me the explanation. Don't read from the back.
No, absolutely.
should I write it down?
The bus ride faces good.
Embellish in a dreams.
Any answer when well described road. The bus can describe the size of the cloud. She would be jealous to listen. This is her deep long life. The bus and experience the things her friends were described.
Yes. Page 161. This is a sample question paper for 2025.
Shit.
Yes.
The reading scale is 20 marks.
Now given a paper solve we can solve it.
Answer key also available.
But we can solve this.
Yes.
But this is not that paper now which comes 1 or 2 months before the exam.
This is a sample paper provided by the CBSE.
अरे दो पेपर
I'm ready to make
एससी
my
भी है ये
You are a CBSE side.
सीबीएसई से थोड़े एक
Now look at this. This is your.
सितंबर
Are you looking? Yeah, just because you wanted the paper, I have downloaded the paper for you all.
Now my friends from BSR.
वो वाला पेपर में एकदम सॉल्व करना पड़ता है ये वाला
I said like I'm very competitive.
that
You wanted it, I downloaded it from you all for because you wanted to see. So look at this. This basically identify the place and all that you do it, na?
then you
Just now when I discuss, I give you the phrases also, no? Complete the following correct options and then that is 1 mark. You were talking about MCQs, right? So that's what I have this. This is 1 mark. See here, your MCQ. This setting 2 points, that is 2 marks. Then this is again your kind of MCQ. Okay. Then this is the second where you talk about again your 1 MCQ is there. Assertion reasoning. Identify the word that indicates a higher percentage. Okay. This is your reading skill done. That is 20 marks. Now coming to your grammar, which is 20 marks.
2025
Till it 10 of 12.
as directed.
You know that grammar.
It's grammar, that's what is written there, I think.
Easy.
Yeah, plus. Chal, give.
Mr. Patel, we have pleased to inform you that your proposal for the upcoming project by the board of directors
Has been endorsed.
has been endorsed.
Strives for strive. Strives for strive. Strive. That. Now, where are the inverted commas?
It's not there, but you can still, before the speech is basically given in indirect speech.
Okay. We are asked, sorry,
Deepak.
that if we had finite
That if,
no, not that. Deepak, if we had finite matter content that had to be submitted.
if you put that if, you get a wrong.
No, I said accidentally that. Then I said if.
Accidentally lose marks.
Accidentally.
Okay. Did I?
How much?
It's an asked reply to the team member regarding the preparation of an important presentation. I'm sorry, I forgot now. I will have the presentation ready for me very soon.
This should be communicated.
Acha, we forgot the first one and second one we are doing. Wow, lovely. Attention on prefix, please be informed.
That the deadline for submitting a presentation for participation in the art exhibition has been extended. That is this. Besides
This
that,
should.
Huh? What did you say?
This.
Yes, this is correct.
So I
this should be communicated.
Telling him not to.
This should be
He said that.
Yes, it should be communicated to all the students of class 9.
So if you added in that 0, you would have got. Next.
Please ask the plan to the teacher regarding the preparation of an important presentation. I'm sorry, I forgot now. I'll have the presentation for you very soon today. The person asked the plan to the calling the Mr. for having forgotten himself.
and said
Sorry?
for having forgotten and said that she had a presentation.
Shana apologized for having forgotten and said
That she have
she
will have the presentation.
she
She would have the presentation ready for her very soon.
the following day. What I give you today becomes the following day or the next day.
Now we didn't teach.
What do you mean I didn't teach? Didn't I teach reported speech?
By next time,
Didn't I teach reported speech?
yes.
Sorry, I done the
It is
French.
okay.
Sorry. I mean French.
It
we
was
have to
okay.
work with speech and said. Sorry.
It is okay. It was okay.
I will change to would. I would have the presentation ready for you very soon the next day. Today changes to the next day. No, that
The
day.
following day.
Today is that day. Today is that day. This one, tomorrow is the following day or the next day. That's what I was getting confused because got it? Today becomes
That day.
That
alright, come on.
Complete the given school announcement by selecting the correct option to fill in the blank to please everyone. Our school's voting scheme has successfully.
I mean, yeah, question 6.
Identify correct the error in the given line taken from the online news report. Nearly most shops or stores for public
Given
holiday.
the answer.
So,
Given the answer, they have to solve it now.
so what is the error?
They given the S and the correction.
What shop will be shops?
No.
Then
Nearly most shops were closed for the public holiday.
huh?
Nearly most shops.
Nearly most will come.
Nearly every shop was closed for the public.
Ah, every shop will come.
Yes.
How?
Oh, so it's only one option that we have to choose.
Then
Something.
you both please get out of the class. Get out of the class. Tomorrow you have a test like that. That also you will make sure that you make a lot of mistakes in that. This is the sample paper which is provided by your CBSE board. This is the current to 2025 one. You want to talk, get out of the class. Talk how much you want, and then if you want to learn, come. Otherwise, please go home from there.
It's not. That's just.
Please inform of which chapter test there tomorrow.
Right.
A question of trust.
Secured.
Secure.
Has successfully had secured.
Give the answer.
That needn't be that jacket, it's too small.
None. Guards.
Yes. Yes.
Now, couldn't be, needn't be could.
It is put in.
And answer with
That can be beta, can be, so if you see in stories also, certain places dad is capitalized when you're talking it as a name. Okay, that
That couldn't be done.
needed is strong. Then give the answer.
Yes, we all got it.
Thank you.
Students replied. Students replied.
That they
Students affirmed expressing their gratitude.
Students replied that they got it by
Yes.
expressing their gratitude.
yes.
गलत
Oh, it is okay. Then
So said the manager might consider the proposal.
the manager
will.
Manager should consider.
The manager can or will.
might
1 minute. Look at the sentence. The manager dash consider the proposal before making a decision.
The manager will consider the proposal.
Should.
मैं might mad.
Should.
मैम how?
The
उधर
manager
से
should
कंसिडर करना चाहिए.
1 minute. 1 minute.
थोड़ा decision लेगा क्या नहीं?
1 minute.
I used to.
मैम मेरा
Yes.
chances wrong.
1
I
minute.
can might take or not take.
Manager consider करेगा नहीं.
नहीं मैनेजर की मर्जी.
Might.
Answer.
The answer is also available.
the answer.
See, this is your evening one.
उसने told you तो.
This is your grammar. Needed is start. Responded.
Should. I have told you replied affirm.
Responded. Replied affirmatively.
Affirmative.
The students replied affirmatively. Should.
No, but how is it?
Should consider before he takes a number
Mine was
decision.
correct, no?
Decision has not been taken. So he should take into consideration before the decision.
Mine was
Sorry.
mine was wrong.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. We will meet tomorrow.
Now writing skill is for 10 marks. Huh?
Yes.
And then after writing skill, you have literature for 40 marks. So you got to 80 marks.
Yes.